welcoming. Like,
really?
Yeah, even though you were pretty zoned out.
I was.
You were looking out the window the whole time.
I didn't want no one to talk to me.
You don't want to talk to her. My fresh self, I would sit right next to her.
Okay, hold on.
Ooh, who is this now? Who is this now? Ellie. Hi guys, how are you guys doing? It's your girl SYLISMUKBANG, the Mukbang reporter here out on the YouTube stream. Now, as you guys can see, I see like Ellie have a new friend. Now let's get into this. Now this is a whole 40-minute video, so don't push it, everybody. So apparently they have met each other on the flight, and the guy is a flight attendant. Don't push it, everybody. Now let's see, because they said in this video they're gonna talk raw and all of that. Now to start with, Ellie, you just got out of one. Don't push it, Ellie. I'm just saying.
Not only did he sit right next to me, he actually moved the two people that were sitting next to me originally and put them somewhere else. As a flight attendant, that's a little crazy.
For him to do that, he already had other intention with you. I'm just saying. But anyway.
Said that. I think he was like, you're going to talk to me. We're going to have a conversation.
Yeah, and we had the best.
That's the best
It was a
conversation.
4-hour flight.
And we talked the whole time.
The whole time.
Hey, they had the best conversation. I would love to know what they will have to talk about. My brother, this one, this guy, look at his face. Let's see what this is all about.
Whole time. It was the best conversation. And now look at this right
I
here.
know. Now we're here. We built a lifelong friendship.
That's right. That's pretty cool, though.
I think it was so uplifting. And I told you instantly, like, I think we were meant to meet. And we were meant to...
Ooh, hold on. They are friends. Ooh, okay. Let's see what they have to say. Because apparently they are friends, guys.
For me, especially on YouTube. Yeah.
So I was looking outside that window, you were looking at the horizon. I'm like, something's wrong.
Oh my God, yeah. So emotionally, I was in turmoil. And meeting you, it was just like, you were a breath of fresh air.
That's
and
beautiful.
so I was meeting you, it was just like, you were a breath of fresh air. And so I was like,
Thank you. That kind of made me feel special.
Aw, you are special. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm like, and I just want to say he wasn't just like that.
Oh, he was special. Oh, ooh. This is getting interesting. Let's continue.
Everybody. So,
like, do you realize what a big impact you're making day to day?
Day to day.
Like, I don't think people realize, like, you might think.
So he is a flight attendant and he meets a lot of people during his shift while he's working. And that is true. There are a lot of people take flights for so many different reasons, so many different characters, so many different culture, so many different, emotions and character and all of that. So apparently Ellie was, going through what she was going through about Zaddy Chong Chong. And so I am curious to know if she have told him everything, about what really happened. But apparently this guy wants to write a book also of, I think, everything that he is experiencing in his daily job. Interesting.
So because I love soca so much, so I do what we call soca bodai. So if any Haitian...
Oh my God, he loves soca. Ooh. Yeah, so he's like a soca mix with another kind of music singer. I love soca, let me tell you. I love soca so much. Oh my God, he's a soca singer. We need to listen to that. But I think he's singing it in French. That's a problem.
That's part of the Caribbean.
It's beautiful.
And part of the diaspora. We're all dancing and enjoying the same music, and we literally are eating the same food. It's like we're literally one. I think that's what I love about Carnival.
Let me tell you, that's the one thing I also love about Carnivals. Come together and we have one big party, and it's so crazy.
I told Shaka, well, first of all, I think our conversation, I immediately knew that you were a high-value man. And so I was like...
That's good to hear.
Oh, is it?
High-value man. You know a lot about...
Ooh, really? High-value man. Ellie.
Yourself.
I do.
You are not a man that's just going to give yourself to anyone. You have standards.
I do have a lot of
Yeah, you carry yourself very highly, and you hold yourself to high expectations as far as like career-wise, your business ventures, everything that you're doing as an artist. I mean, you have your hands in many different hats. You're not one-dimensional, and then you have an amazing heart.
Thank you.
So I think you have so much to offer the world, and you are a high-value man. If you don't, yeah.
So
As a Black woman, I think I'm here to make sure that you know that we see you. We value you. Yeah, we do. We value you in this community, and I think that, yeah, like, I think very highly of you, and I appreciate who you are, what you bring to the table, and yeah, like, as a Black woman, I value you, so thank you.
here's one thing I appreciate about you too. Ready?
No.
When we met, even though you was going through something, a little skeptical, you give me a chance.
Yeah.
You still give me a chance as a Black man, and then automatically you didn't think that I was just hitting on you or wanted something more than that.
Yeah.
But it was just a great conversation, genuine friendship that led us here today.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Oh,
You
I
know,
appreciate that.
more Black women need to be more open to our Black men. Sometimes we just want to be heard.
I love that.
Okay? And I feel like a lot of our sisters shut us down. Even when we say hello to you on the street, you
Yeah.
shut us down.
Yeah.
You don't want to start a conversation with you. You know, just because we doesn't look like your type, just like your type, you shut us down. And that's something I'll tell our sisters, give us a chance.
Yeah.
Help us out.
Yeah.
Not all of us
Want to get with you.
want to drop the drawers.
Thank you for saying that.
So,
Yeah, that's true, but my brother and I feel something different. Listen now. Let's not pretend, my brother. You look like that. Now you want to turn the tables, maybe because Ellie, maybe I've put a stop sign and telling you that no, I'm not interested in a relationship. My brother, listen now. You look like, and it sounded like you wanted to talk to Ellie in a different kind of way. Because why would you take two passengers away from Ellie? You had to, in my opinion, I think you had a different thing on your mind. But when you hear the whole story behind it, and then maybe Ellie told you, I'm not stepping in no relationship, then the friendship card came. Let's see, continue.
this friendship is not good forever.
Yeah.
You know? And how I know? Only because, you know,
You guys, I often hear women say there are no good men left. As a single man, he's single by the way, ladies, how does this make you feel? And what would you say to those women that say there are no good men left out in the world?
First, let me say that I can understand why they say that. And there is a lot of good men. There are probably more good men in this world than is no good men.
Yeah.
Rectification. There are good men in this world, there are not good men in this world, and there's a lot of not men in this world. So that makes that there's not enough good men in this world. I'm just saying.
Then you miss out on,
Yeah.
on so much.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing. You
I do
know.
want to say that, like, a lot of men sometimes that do have it, don't feel the need to flaunt it, but the men that don't feel the need to flaunt it are the ones that have more to offer than just that. If all they have to offer is that, that's the bait that they're gonna throw to catch you.
Exactly.
But if they
Amen.
don't,
Amen to that.
if they have more to offer than that, that's not the foot they lead with. So don't judge a book by its cover is what we're saying.
No, because I can feel by its cover.
Yes.
And sometimes when you meet a Black man, dig deep in their upbringing, because our upbringing made us who we are. Okay, so
Talk about it. Talk about it.
I feel like our Black sisters are not aware of those situations, because let's say you meet a Black man, if they never had a mother, they're gonna look for some
They only for a mother and you.
type of mother traits in you. If they never have a father, they're gonna look for some mother traits in you, which is not a bad thing. But because you're our queen, you can help us do that.
Navigate that. Yeah.
We can navigate that together. Because
So with other words, the same thing also for women. It's for women and for men. You know, your childhood, how you're being raised have a lot to do. Also, how you're going to behave yourself in a relationship, guys. I don't know, but let me tell you. Yeah, that's true. But as I'm listening to this and I see Ellie, barely her reaction, it only makes me sometimes go back to her relationship with Zaddy Chong Chong. What about you guys? I'm just saying. Maybe I'm not right. I'm just saying. But anyway.
Right.
Just be aware.
Yeah.
Our upbringing sometimes is a result of who we are.
I think we're aware that your upbringing is definitely, it has a lot to do with who you are as men. And this is me speaking from just my experience, the man I was with wasn't aware of it himself. And so me asking deeper questions that he hadn't even dug into himself, I could not understand it because he didn't understand it.
Ooh. Now, wait. I know a lot of people be like, what? Listen. So if I'm going to say if, allegedly, Ellie is talking about Zaddy Chong Chong in this particular situation, because she said the men I was with, that means that she's trying to tell us that Zaddy Chong Chong has maybe some past trauma, maybe some from her parenting or from what he have been through. Now, the thing is that Zaddy Chong Chong have lost his father, her real father. Now, Nate have been there as a father. That's why I said in my video, one of my video, I don't know if maybe Zaddy Chong Chong is missing the attention or the love or wanted to really have a relationship with his real father. Now he doesn't have that. Now he also, by the way, guys, have considered to go to a therapist. Now I think that you should definitely, consider that, to go to a therapist. Even if it's for once or twice, just to have another kind of perspective. And, the therapist can maybe give him a little bit of vision on what is his character, what is he maybe doing wrong, and what he can maybe do in a different kind of way, I think what Ellie is saying, that Zaddy Chong Chong have childhood trauma, and that he have now, as an adult, form it in a kind of way that now he himself cannot be in a relationship. Now, what does have to connect with having a submissive woman? I cannot connect that. But I think Zaddy Chong Chong has a controlling behavior. That's what I think. Very interesting, all of this. Let's continue.
He couldn't communicate it, and so I was completely lost.
Ooh.
And sometimes we don't know how to communicate because men has...
Exactly. Men has a kind of way. Men has a kind of way they cannot communicate. It takes little, like 10% of the world of the men that can communicate themselves and, and all of that. But most of the men sometimes, they cannot communicate. They cannot express their feelings and put it out on the table. Some of the men, for them, it looks like it's a little bit like sissy, oh, me crying or me putting my feelings for you to see me. It's a kind of weak, kind of, oh, if I do that, you're gonna see like I'm a little bit weak, and all of that. Now, if you are a kind of woman like Ellie, I think Ellie wants to see and have a very emotional man. So she wants to see all the emotion, all the happiness, all the sadness. I think she wants all of that. She don't want to skip none of it. Very interesting. Let's continue.
How to communicate because it takes, men has egos.
Yeah.
And sometimes our egos stop us from being vulnerable.
Yes.
And it's something that is not easy to do. So we have to train ourselves. And that's why I'm so happy where I'm who I am today.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys something, because this is what this conversation is giving me right now. And I want to have a real honest conversation for the mothers and fathers out there, Black mothers and fathers specifically, but whoever you are, if you're part of this diaspora, I really want you to think about the work you're doing as a parent. And really making sure that you instill emotional intelligence in your kids, how to properly recognize what they're feeling, how to manage it and deal with the trauma that they...
Exactly. And also deal with it, not on the phone, not as a message. Exactly. Thank you.
They're going through, right? Because as adults, we pass on trauma. And so the trauma that you passed on, unfortunately, as a parent to your child, help them navigate those emotions, those feelings, those traumas in general. Because as adults, they're having to figure this out on their own. And with men, they're dealing with their egos, like he said. They're dealing with not knowing how to communicate emotions, how to recognize what they're feeling, and how to express that. And as a Black woman, it's frustrating for us. I'll speak for me just personally, but I'm gonna say that this is a black woman's struggle to being a black man's punching bag. It's hard because it's like, I want to be that ride or die so bad, and in my heart I am a ride or die, but when you're dragging me and you're hurting me because of the pain you went through and you have not dealt with your traumas, and so now you're traumatizing me in the process, it's hard. It's not fair to be, I can be a ride or die, but you gonna kill me.
And that's why.
Oh, Jesus. So are you telling us, Ellie, that you feel that Zeddy Chong Chong has a kind of childhood trauma? Hey, Jesus. So because even Belo's life have said that, you know, they have raised their child good, you know, they try, you know. Zeddy Chong Chong has to do with his real father. I think it has to do with that, but I'm not sure. I'm just assuming. So what was Zeddy Chong Chong expressing? What was he doing? Was he expressing himself on Ellie? Ooh, let's continue.
We need more awareness and more people, like, you know, to help to speak about that and help them, because mental issues are real issues.
Yeah.
So sometimes we're mentally ill and we don't even know it.
Yeah.
We don't even think it's just cool. Oh, you talk too much. You stop being, you're just such a name.
Yeah.
And then we're in the house, we're arguing, and then a beautiful, something that could have been beautiful,
So beautiful.
just become toxic. Like, you understand? So yeah.
Yes, that is so true, guys. There's a lot of people with mental health. You have different kinds of mental health, and a lot of people don't know. Sometimes a lot of people don't know. And in our black community, I feel like it's still a kind of taboo. You will not oftenly see by a mental health office, or you will never hear oftenly in the black community people saying, "No, I'm going to a therapist." You will not oftenly hear that because it's still a kind of taboo, shame, kind of, we don't believe in that, because you have some culture who don't believe in it, that mental health exists. You have that. So we as black women definitely have some, you know, battles to go through with some men. You know, I'm not saying all, but some of them. Yes, we do. And I felt like, and I see also, that sometimes men love to throw it on the woman. Oh, it's not me. Oh, I'm not a problem. Like I always say, problems come from two sides. I don't believe that problems always come from one side. So that is the thing also in this community, you know, that a lot of black men don't know that they are still dealing with their past. They don't know. So it's difficult. And when they find out, to at that moment as an adult to get help or do whatever you got to do, it's slow. It's a slow process. It's going to take time also, because that person already have built his character. That person, when he believes that this is green, this is green. So to convince him that this is black, it's going to take time, because that person already have formed his character. So as Zeddy Chong Chong, I feel Zeddy Chong Chong have left the house apparently very young, have been an adult very quick, and have his own character. To change Zeddy Chong Chong, it's going to take time. I think Zeddy Chong Chong thinks already that, okay, I made myself, I am who I am, I got the status, I have worked for it, I can deal it. I can deal with the world. But Zeddy Chong Chong have hit his feet right here with Ellie. And I think this was the moment when he realized there's something wrong with me. Because he even said he want to go to a therapist. Maybe he wants to definitely go to a therapist. And I think if he finds a good therapist, it will definitely do him good. Because the therapist is going to be honest and letting him know how it is and should. So let's see if he's really going to go to a therapist. This is going to be very interesting. Also, what they were talking in this video, and I was just thinking about it. When we were watching Zeddy's video, Zeddy was saying one time, I like my woman to dress, be nice, look, you know, the nails need to be looking nice. You need to dress. I was like, oh my God, is that so important, the outlook? Or is it important, the inside of the person? Is it your nail need to be on fleek and your toenails and your hands nail and your hair need to be on fleek for you to love that woman? Or is it inside? So when I hear Zeddy Chong Chong say this already, I felt a kind of way. Because it should be inside. Also, the way he's carrying himself, flashy cars, having all those jewelry and all of that, it's childish. It's not important, all of those things. Those things are not important. But where does he get those things from? Now, B Loves Life and the whole family, I love you guys, but we need to tell the truth, you know. He got it from you guys. This flashiness, showing off and all of that. And this guy is sitting here next to Ellie and telling the whole world. And this is true because I think also like this. Do you have to be flashy? Do you have to carry yourself with Gucci, Prada, having a fancy car? Because maybe that guy with that not fancy clothing, with that not fancy car is the one is going to be perfect for you. Not everything that shine is good. I'm just saying.
I might break it into two. We'll see.
But I guarantee it's the best podcast you ever had.
I love it. Thank you, Dr.
619.
Can you spell that for us?
So Shaka, SHAKA Zulu, ZULU, like the King Shaka Zulu, underscore 619. And that's where you find me, okay? Hit me up, man.
Now, guys, apparently there's going to be a part 2 in this whole conversation with Zaka Zulu and all of that. Now, very, very interesting conversation. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we are going to stay tuned for the second one. And hopefully we're going to be hearing a little bit more peek about Zeddy Chong Chong's behavior and all of that. Now, listen, this is all a legend, everybody. This is all very allegedly. I don't know. We're definitely gonna, review the second podcast that Ellie's going to have with this guy. So let's see how this all will go, because I think Ellie is not ready for no relationship. But of course, Ellie is a beautiful girl, so definitely guys will put their eyes on her. So very interesting how this all is going to go. So guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It's your girl SYLISMUKBANG, the Mukbang news reporter here out on the YouTube street. And like I always say, God bless everybody, stay blessed everybody, and you know it. Ahora, Sylis in the building. Bye guys. Ahora.